Hi there, it's Sam from pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me on Boxing Day. Boxing Day is something we celebrate in the UK, and it's a great day. It's an extra bank holiday, so we've got 2 more days off. But it's a good day, and it's the first day of the 12 days of Christmas, which comes after Christmas, and that's where the song comes from, and it all relates to the 3 kings arriving. But I have 12 deals of Christmas coming, and they have started today. So head over to my blog, pootles.co.uk, and you will see the very first of 12 different deals that are going to be coming out to you exclusively from me every day through until the 6th of January. So it's a different deal every day. Go and check it out. But today I've got a tiny little gift for you. How sweet is that? That is a darling little box, and you can get 6 of these from a sheet of cardstock, whether it's A4, international A4, or whether it's 8.5 by 11. You're going to get 6 of these. I'm going to show you how to cut it down completely. What are you going to fit inside? Maybe dragées, you know, the beautiful posh chocolates, or little mini chocolates, tiny little perfume samples, those sorts of things. It's not going to hold half a ton of stuff. Of course it's not, it's tiny, but we like things in miniature. Okay, so this is my piece of international A4 cardstock, 29.7 centimetres by 21, which is 8 3/8 of an inch by 11 3/4. So it's narrower but longer than 8.5 by 11. And I've got my scorer. I don't want my scorer, I want my trimmer. So I'm going to cut down the length first, and I want 4 inches, which is 10 centimetres. So I'm going to cut 4 and 4, so 10 centimetres and 10 centimetres. And you've got a little wispy bit left over. So there's my 2. And then I'm going to cut these at 3.5 inches, which is 9 centimetres. And I've still got those 2 pieces left over, and that's how I'm going to punch 6 of those are going to come out of that. So you're going to get the whole thing out of just this. So there's my 6 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you were going to do random stamping and you were going to make 6 in one go, do all your random stamping first. I didn't want to do that, I just wanted to do 1. So here's my piece of beautiful Bermuda Bay. I have got my Bermuda Bay ink, I've got the Love and Affection stamp set, and I used this one on here on my pool party version, but I'm going to use this little tiny flower this time round. And randomly stamp all over. How many flowers you do is entirely up to you. I think I might need to spread my ink about a little bit. There we go. So that'll do. Now, while I've got my ink out and my stamp set, and I've already got it here, this says simply sending a smile, and it's from this one that says sending a smile your way. Now, I'm going to stamp out the whole phrase. There's my 2 pieces of cardstock, but I just want the sending a smile, oops, part, so it doesn't matter if a bit comes off, and you're going to get 4 off one of them, so therefore you're going to get 8, but you only need 6. So there you go, there's one, and that's where I would do the other ones. Right, so I want the sending a smile. I'm going to take this one because I can hold it easier. And there you go, you're just going to get loads, I love it. Okay, but let's make this box now. So, on the long side, so this is your 4-inch side, let me get my notes out. Score it at 5/8 of an inch, and they are small measurements. Don't worry about writing them down, they're going to be on my blog. 1 3/4 of an inch, 2 3/8 of an inch, and 3.5 inches, which in metric is 1.5, 4.5, 6 and 9. And then turn it round and score it at 5/8 of an inch and 2 7/8 of an inch, which is 1.5 and 7.5 centimetres. And like I say, everything's going to be written down on my blog, so don't worry about that. Okay, now these look to be exactly the same. This one is very slightly wider than that one. That's the one you want to put your adhesive down. So, if in doubt, build it first before you glue it. Okay, so where we cut is exactly the same on both the top and the bottom. So make sure you've got your narrower one again and get rid of that bit at the top and the bottom. And then separate all of these parts. And I will hover this in a second so you can have a good look at it. I'm just going to miter into these little ones very slightly. Just because it's a very small box, there's not a lot of room for movement. Oops. So that's what I've done, and these are all separated, and these ones I've just wedged in a little bit. So it's going to fold round like that. Top and the bottom doesn't matter actually. So there's my glue on there. So that's the back. This is so tiny. That's the back. Fold that one in last. A little piece of glue along here. So that's now the front. Now these side bits are going to go in, but to get that curl, because if you try to do that, this is just going to, you're going to get a crease along here. So I'm just going to get my bone folder and run it round that. And you get that shape. Can you see it's just curling slightly? And do the same on the other side as well. Don't yank it too hard because it is cardstock and you don't want to rip it off. And that will fold up to that shape, like a little pagoda top. Very sweet. Okay, punch a couple of holes in. So I've got, wrong one, I've got the 1/16 of an inch hole punch here. And I probably should have put my baker's twine on my needle in advance, but I didn't, I forgot. That's rubbish, isn't it? Let's get it on there now. Okay, so let me find the front again. Put the needle back before I lose it, or stick it in my arm. That's a distinct possibility I might do that. I'm really not a clumsy person, I just sometimes feel like I am. And then a little bow on the top. Trim off those ends. I've lost my grip. There it is. Sending a smile, and I want... What do I want? I want the edge of a dimensional. I was going to grab the 3D foam, the lengths, but I can't do that without blocking the entire camera. So we'll use that for now. Double check the front. So there's my sending a smile. Like that. I'm just going to put another little flower because I've got a gap there. There we go. And then I forgot to get out my enamel shapes. Let me find them quickly. I want the brights ones. Those are the brights. Because in here you've got stars, hearts and circles. So these are the Regals ones. They're not the Regals at all, they're the brights. And I appear to have about 3 packets on the go there. It doesn't matter. A couple of hearts. Where's my... I'll grab another paper piercer. One there. Blunt paper piercer there, that's going to have to go in the bin. And one there, and apparently a helicopter going overhead. Literally overhead, I'm looking at it out the window. I live right by a hospital. I hope whoever it is in there is okay. And there's my cute little project. What do you think? So sweet. So definitely go back and check my 12 days of Christmas, or 12 deals of Christmas, over on my blog. You can see everything there, and I'll see you very soon.